Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day, has had a good day so far, had a good last couple of days, and obviously, Merry Christmas to everybody. I'm releasing this video on Christmas Day. Honestly, would have got this out sooner, but I was one of the unfortunate people that did have to work Christmas Day. Don't worry, I did get to spend time with my family on Christmas Eve. I spent time with them, I was off. So I was with them, I had a great time, and hopefully, everyone else got to spend times with their family or their loved ones, whoever it is. I hope everybody had a great time. But we're back tomorrow. I did mention in the last video that there were going to be no videos last couple days just because there's going to be no games in general. But tomorrow, or whenever you're watching this for Thursday slate, there are a lot of Premier League games, games in the English League. And I went through, found some picks that I like. And as always, if I do have any plays that I do like later on, it will be in the pinned comment either later tonight, could be tomorrow morning, throughout the day. Again, in the pinned comment, just come back and check on those whenever you do want. My first pick is Justin Kluivert to go higher than 2 shots playing at home for Bournemouth going up against Crystal Palace. He's averaging 2.88 shots per 90 so far. He's had 2 plus in 4 out of 6 games that he's played at home so far. If you look at the chart, the third and the fourth image, we can't count those because he came off the bench, and obviously if he doesn't start, then it's gonna void. But even in those games, he had 1 plus in each of those games, and he only played around 20 to 25 minutes in those games and still had 1 shot, one in a good matchup and one in a bad matchup. So if he played the full game, good chance he gets at least 2. And I also like this because he's not afraid to take long shots as well. He's taking 24 from inside the box, 10 from outside the box so far as well. And he doesn't dribble often, but he does like to dribble. When he does, he's not bad. So he can create his own chances if he has the space. And Palace, on average, allow 12.8 shots, so they're a pretty average defense. They're not a good defense at all. They're just an average defense, but they don't play possession, which is what I like because that just opened up lanes and opportunities for people like Kluivert and Bournemouth in general to get those shots off. I believe Palace is a pretty aggressive team, but regardless, it doesn't mean that they don't allow shots. Again, they are an average defense. The only reason why they don't allow more shots than they would compared to the amount of possession they give away is because they are aggressive. But again, I still like the matchup regardless. He has played more as a cam since Tavernier was injured 2 games ago. But even then, if you watch him play, he plays in central, but he also cuts around and moves down to the wings whenever him and like Tavernier swap places, or him and Watara. So he's playing centrally and he's playing on the wings. So if anything, you look at the last 2 games that he's played since he's moved to that cam, he's had 2 plus in those games because he's been able to move around more freely. So that's just, again, good for us. He played him once at home last season. But he didn't even start. He came off the bench, played, I believe, around 30 minutes, and he had 2 shots off the bench. So he did great against them at home last season, and now that he's starting, he should be doing good. I just like this line, especially because Palace is not a good defense or anything. And if you look at his last couple of games in general, he has been shooting a lot more lately, and I just like the matchup here. So I like Justin Kluivert to go higher than 2 shots. And the second prop that I found that I like is Darwin Nunez to go higher than 3 shots, playing at home for Liverpool, going up against Leicester. The only concern I have with this play is whether he starts or not, because he has played 13 games in the Prem, 6 of those being starts, around 50%, but all sources have him starting this game, and I believe it as well, especially now because I like this matchup. It's a great matchup. Leicester on average allow the 3rd most shots in the league at 18, and this bumps up to 19.3 whenever they play away from home, which is good. They don't play possession, and not only that, when they do have the ball, they play in their own half with or without the ball. So whenever they don't play possession, they play a low block, allow pressure, and invite it. And when they do have the ball, they play a lot in their own defense and then try to send long ball. So that's dangerous, especially against Liverpool and Darwin Nunez, because that just leaves them vulnerable to, 1, mistakes, and 2, the Liverpool pressure and press. And Liverpool are a great team that are good at pressing the ball and taking the ball back. So again, that's going to be very dangerous. And last season in the Prem per 90, he averaged 4.7 shots. So people forget how many shots he used to take just 1 season ago whenever he started consistently. And I think this is just a great matchup for him to get back into form. If you look at the home games that he played, just a couple of them that he played at home last season in the Prem versus weak defenses, he had 7 against Sheffield United, he had 5 against Burnley, he had 3 against Norwich in the EFL Cup, in which he came off the he didn't play the last 30 minutes of the game. And even against Newcastle, a team that still has good defense, He's shot 8 shots. So again, people just forget how much of a shooter he really is whenever he gets a chance. He is very projected to start, which is what I like. And against a good matchup, I like it. Again, it's just a good matchup for him to get started. Besides, Leicester have two major defensive injuries in Pereira, the right back, and indeed the defensive midfielder. So their injuries on defense is already affecting them. So I think it's a good line, a good matchup at home for Darwin Nunez to go higher than 3 shots. And then I do have another play that you can take on PrizePicks, and that's Allison to go lower than 0.5 goals allowed. I will explain that one when it comes to the money lines, and you'll see why. And I have 2 leans that you could look at if you want to. Cunha against Man U at home, 2.5 shots. And then on underdog, if you want to just play something for like a 0.25 units or 0.5, you could take a look at Wan-Bissaka's 0.5 shots, because I think you're getting a pretty good value there on underdog. So keep a lookout for those. Thank you everybody for watching. If you guys please could like the video, comment my the gift that I would like to receive from y'all for Christmas. Just like the video again, comment. It helps support the channel. I'm not asking for much. I really do appreciate you guys. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and turn on notification. And if you want to support the channel just a little more, you can consider joining the membership for those that want to get the videos out early before it goes public. If you're watching this and you're not a member, those that are members already got this video out and got all the plays, because these plays do tend to get bumped and taken away not too long after I post these videos. Again, if you want to support the channel, you can join that. And then any pictures that you see on the screen are from a data app called Outlier. Link for that in the description. Same with all my player prop apps and my money lines. Same thing in the description. And I really want to thank anybody who supports me in any way. I have a couple money line plays, and this first one is lower than 0.5 Leicester City goals for -135 playing away from home, going up against Liverpool. I did mention you can also take, this is the equivalent of taking Allison lower than 0.5 goals allowed on PrizePicks. You could take either one. So they are, although they technically have the same thing, they are technically 2 separate plays, because with this one, that's just a guarantee that whether Allison is in goal or not, this play, the money line won't void. But if you take Allison and for some reason he doesn't start, then it would void. So it's 2 separate plays. They're still both official plays, but I am going to explain why I like this play in the money lines. Leicester, first of all, had the 6th worst away offense, only scoring 10 goals in 8 games, which is not bad per se for an away team, I would say. But if you look at the injuries that they have in the attack, obviously they have Jamie Vardy, who's very likely to be out due to injury, who has 4 goals and assists from the 10 goals that Leicester City have. So 4 of those 10, 40%, come from one player who's already out. And then they also have Ndidi, who has 3 assists as well. So 7 of those 10 are from 2 players that are injured and are likely to not play. Ndidi for sure will not play. Vardy is very likely to be out. He can maybe come off the bench, but he won't be starting. So they already have 2 key injuries to their attack that's going to be vital. They're already going to struggle against Liverpool playing away from home. But now with those 2 injuries, it's going to be even worse for them. Liverpool also have the best home defense at home. They've only conceded 5 goals in 8 games, and 2 of those were recently, not that long ago, at home against Fulham, in which Liverpool had a 17-minute red card against Fulham, so that obviously affected their defense. So even with those 2 goals, they still have the best home defense, and now they have a great matchup here. The only injury that I guess is concerning for Liverpool is Konate, but they still have Kwanzaa, a young center back who does great back there anyways. They still have, again, Allison, who's very likely to still be there because he's back from injury. They have Van Dijk. They have Trent. They have everybody there other than Konate. So their defense is not an issue for me. Besides, Liverpool play possession of the ball. And like I mentioned before in the Nunez pick, Leicester do not play possession, and they play the ball in their own half. So it's going to be very hard for them to find an attack. And again, even worse that they have 2 major injuries. Besides, Liverpool also got to protect in the lead. So once they have the lead, they play the ball more. They are a lot safer when they go up and stuff like that. So once they have the lead, it's very, very, very hard for opponents to even try to tie against them in general. And I think it's just a good matchup. Plus the injuries that Leicester already have. I like this line. I like lower than 0.5 Leicester goals playing away from home for -135 against Liverpool. You can also take the Allison player prop on PrizePicks or Underdog if it's available there as well. The next money line that I found that I like is the Watford money line playing at home going up against Portsmouth. You can currently get this at -135. Watford is undefeated at home with 8 wins, 2 draws. They've yet to lose at home. They've only conceded 5 goals in 10 games, so that's a goal every other game. And they're also a good attack, scoring 15 in those 10, so they average 1.5 goals scored at home. So they have a great defense. They have a good offense. And they are fully healthy, so it's not like there's any injuries that is affecting this line. I think you're getting pretty good value here considering who they're playing, because Portsmouth only have 1 away win so far. They've drawn 4, and the main reason why they can't win games is because they have a horrible defense. They've conceded 24 goals in 10 games, so over 2 goals allowed to opponents when they play away from home. And Watford can easily outscore them. Again, Watford average around 1.5 goals scored at home, and with Portman's weak offense, that's just going to be even better for Watford, because also Watford is a clinical team. They can take advantage of the chance that they get, and they attack down the wings while Portsmouth can't defend the wings. They're not a good team that can defend the wings. They allow a lot of width, and it allows opponents to either cut in and shoot or just be able to have enough space to cross the ball. So Portsmouth can't defend the wings, while that's where Watford like to play. And Portsmouth also don't play possession. Watford is a team that don't necessarily play, but they don't play. They average around 50% of the ball, but Portsmouth don't play possession, so that just means more chances for Watford when they do have the ball. They're already a clinical team, but they're going to have even more opportunities against this Portsmouth side that don't hold the ball. More chances for them, and again, Portsmouth already have a weak offense, conceding over 2 goals a game. Besides, Portsmouth in general have the 5th worst rating whenever they play away from home, while Watford have the 3rd best at home. I think you're getting good value here in a good matchup. Again, there's no reason why Watford can't win this game. They have no injuries. It is a good matchup. They're great at home. They're yet to lose, so you just need them to win and not draw. And again, they can outscore Portsmouth in my opinion. So like the Watford money line for -135 at home, going up against Portsmouth. For my last play, we're back with the ladder challenge. We're starting to day 1. Hopefully we can fully commit to this one. And for day 1 of the ladder challenge, I like Oxford United to win or draw, going up against Cardiff City. This is in the English Championship. You can get this for -240 on Fliff. Oxford have a decent offense and a decent defense at home. They're not great necessarily on both fronts. I just like this matchup in general. They've scored 14 and conceded 15 at home, while Cardiff, on the other hand, first of all, are yet to win a single away game. They have 6 draws and 4 losses, and the main reason for that is because of their weak offense and their below average defense. They've only scored 8 goals in 10 games, so they don't even average a goal a game, and they've conceded 18, so they will for sure concede 1, if not 2, and they might not even score in general. Cardiff can't defend long shots, while a majority of Oxford's opportunities are taking those long shots. So if they keep taking those shots, Oxford will find the back of the net. And again, Cardiff already have a bad defense, so that's just good for us. Besides, Cardiff's attack is bad because they're not a clinical team. Well, Oxford, on the other hand, have scored on average 1 goal from 3.3 on target, and they will get those opportunities against this Cardiff side. It's just whether Oxford puts them away, and again, they have a pretty good conversion rate. And this ultimately just comes down to the fact that I trust that, first of all, Oxford can outscore easily Cardiff, if not at least keep up. And their defense is not horrible, but I love the fact that Cardiff's attack is not good. They don't have any injuries or anything like that, any major injuries. So at home, I like this prop. They can easily win this game, but we're playing it safer by taking their draw or taking their win or draw. So for day 1 of the ladder challenge, I have Oxford United to win or draw at home against Cardiff for -240. Thanks everybody for watching. Quickly going over last video's pick from 2 days ago. That was when I had 1 player prop, 1 money line. Money line unfortunately missed, but the player prop hit. Moise Keane higher than 3.5 shots for Vid. Was very, very sweaty, but he came through right at the end. And then Fiorentina, they had the best defense at home, and they conceded to it, ended up losing. So it was a win in one day. Player prop wise, we're still on a good run, and hopefully this little break doesn't affect that, and we can carry on that momentum. And obviously you can't see the sweater, but hopefully we can steal picks from PrizePicks, Underdog, and just in general money lines, and hopefully we can win and do good tomorrow. Like I mentioned before, I might add plays in the pinned comment either later tonight or tomorrow morning before the game start. And if you don't know, I also have my Discord linked in the description. It's not a premium, it is completely free for those that want to join, talk with the community, ask questions about their picks. People have great input, look at other people's picks, not just in soccer, other sports as well. You can join that. Again, free, completely free. But hopefully we can do good tomorrow, carry on the momentum after this good break. And again, Merry Christmas to everybody, and hope everybody was able to spend it with loved ones. I hope everybody has a good night, a good day, and we can cash out tomorrow.